G'day guys, Scott here, welcome to a new video. Now, I know this one's been a little delayed, a lot of things have happened since the last video went up. The last you saw, we had the front suspension done. All we had to do was put some new brake lines on. Things kind of went downhill from there. So, I'm just going to stick in a clip real quick here of what we'd got up to and what we'd filmed. And then I'll fill you in on the rest of the story. Yeah, things did not go to plan on this one. So, with all old cars and trucks and stuff, things go wrong. It's bound to happen. But this was clearly someone who had played with the brake system and had just either not used the right tools or whatever it might be. And one thing just after another just got worse and worse and worse. So ended up having to order a new proportioning valve. No big deal, you know, ordered that online, got it in 4 days. That's fine. Get lines off the proportioning valve. Nope. They're all rounded too. So what do? You know, I can try and cut the brake lines, put new fittings on, but both ends are screwed. So jumped on LMC truck and just bought new lines. And as much as it sucks, it just had to happen. Now, the lines themselves, fairly cheap. I think it's $80, $90 US for all 4 front lines. Yeah, shipping, taxes, conversion rate. I don't even want to think about how much they cost. It was just, ugh. But they're here, they're done. It's time to install them, and hopefully this will be a painless process. I doubt it, but you know, we'll see how we go. And yeah, I'll clean up everything around the proportioning valve. I've got all new bolts, all new hardware, new everything. And yeah, hopefully I can get them bled, and yeah, we're done. But we'll soon find out, I guess. So this is the old proportioning valve. Sat down on the front cross member, basically underneath where the power steering and radiator assembly all is. As you can see, it's pretty disgusting. That line is rounded, well, that fitting's rounded. That one seized. That one came out, but the line snapped. That one is rounded, screwed. That one's rounded. So overall, was not fun getting that out. Even the bolts that held it in were rusty and seized and gross. So it's probably a good thing that I'm just replacing everything. New lines for these 4 ports, all brand new. Those 2 go to the master cylinder. This one goes to the passenger side. This one's to the driver's side. This one goes to the rear brakes. I'm not going to replace the line for that one because it basically goes all the way to the back, or at least halfway down there's a joiner. I'm just putting a new fitting on that one because there's enough line length that I can get it across to meet up. But yeah, this was not fun. This was not part of the plan at all. But we're here now, so I'm just going to have to get it done, I guess. So I'll get in the engine bay and, yeah, like I took out the inner tubs just so I could get in there and just try and get it as nice as I could. But yeah, even though it was just a stretch, that was a pain in the ass. So now that we've got plenty of room in there, it shouldn't be too hard. Got my flaring tool and everything, so I'll flare that brake line, put a new fitting on it. And I'm going to tidy up all the metal while I'm here anyway, because there's a little bit of just paint and surface rust and stuff that needs to be cleaned up. And yeah, we'll see how we go. So yeah, all new hard lines, new brake lines, ordered a new master, wrong master, got a new master, still didn't want to work. Took a hell of a lot of bleeding to get the whole system sorted, but we finally got there and it's finally driving. which is great news. All I basically had to do was get the speaker pods made so I could finish off the stereo. Otherwise, everything else was done. And then this happened. So, yeah, cutting out speaker rings with a router. You got to be careful, guys. Yeah, I'm not going to go into detail on that one, but let's just say it tickled a little bit. So it's taken massive effort to even get the truck ready. 2 days ago, I wasn't even going to Summernats. Yeah, it took a hell of a lot of effort from a couple of good mates and some assistance and guidance from a lot of other people. Some big support from family and girlfriend and stuff like that to get me over the line, because yeah, 2 days ago I was not going to Summernats, and today here we are with the truck and kind of it's ready to go for. It's going to Summernats as it is. It's not quite how I wanted it to go, but I'll take you around it and I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. So here it is, introducing Squarebod. Don't worry, I'm not naming it, it's fine, it's not, yeah, it's just some plates, needed some plates. As you saw from the first video, this has changed a hell of a lot. So we've now got some 22-inch smoothies with some factory hubcaps. Those factory hubcaps are a bit beaten up, but that's okay because I like them that way. Obviously the paint has not changed except for the around the doors. That's now gone the colour matched blue, turquoise, whatever colour. The roof is now white, and I'll show you in the back. The silver section of the tailgate is now white as well. So it looks pretty good in there. The colour does have a fairly big flip to it. It does go from quite light blue to quite dark. And this light right here, it looks, yeah, like a sky blue almost. But overall, I'm pretty happy. It's sitting relatively flat at the moment. I know it doesn't quite look it, but it actually is measuring out pretty well flat. I didn't get a chance to cut the bump stops out in the rear, so the ride to Summernats is going to be a little bit harsh, but that's okay. The front, the 2-inch drop coils in the front with the spindles end up dropping it just way too much. So I end up putting some different springs back in there, so it's sitting a hell of a lot better now. Better match to how it sits in the rear, which is nice. Under the bonnet, obviously we did all of the brake lines. Through doing the brake lines, I then also damaged the power steering lines, so I had to replace those. But yeah, all the brakes are done. They're working fantastic. They are better than stock now, which is exactly what we needed. Because prior to that, they were not good at all. They were worse than factory, which upgrading brakes shouldn't result in a worse brake pedal. So very happy about that. But yeah, she's going to Summernats as it sits. You can see Mexican blanket seat cover in there. It's looking good. Yeah. So really, I just want to give a massive shout out to everyone who's helped me through this. My girlfriend Christy, best mate Adam, who helped me go and pick the truck up, Justin, Aaron, who have slaved on this with me, both of which have, you know, helped me in the last couple of days with this, and I've been their little tool bitch, and yeah, they did a massive job for me. So I really cannot thank them enough, and everyone else that's offered support along the way. The amount of messages of offers of support and parts and shops and places to go, it's been amazing. So really cannot thank everyone enough for that kind of stuff. Yeah, it has kicked my butt. Old cars suck. It's as simple as that. I don't know what anyone wants to say. Old cars suck. I much prefer new cars, which is why basically every single thing in this truck is going to be replaced at some point in my ownership of it. I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon, but that is going to have basically every new component except for maybe the body and the chassis. Everything else is getting replaced with new stuff because I want this thing to last. I want it to be easy to work on. I don't want to have to suffer with, you know, bolts and hardware and rivets in the frame and all of that crap. I want to get rid of all of that stuff now. This has made me even more motivated to do all of that. So over the next coming years, it's going to go through a massive transformation. It's not going to stay this color. It's not going to keep these wheels. I'm going to go full out on this thing.
and I will document it along the way, you know, as best I can, because it's going to be a long process. It is going to take a few years to get this thing looking good. But for now, that's it. That's the end of this series. Appreciate everyone who's watched, everyone who's subscribed, and yeah, I'll be uploading videos as we go along. But that's it for now. Thanks, guys.